think you're muted, man.
Boom.
Chris, buddy, you're muted.
But me.
Chris.
Everybody unmuted but me and Robert.
Off to a great start. Woo!
I know, right?
That is the folly of using Rumble Studio.
I'm telling you, but that's okay. We're gonna work it. I see Robert. You are muted still. I can't unmute you, but what'd you guys think of that? I know Sean, you saw that a little bit.
That was the dope intro. Gotta say, Bluey, we gotta step up our game over here.
No kidding.
I don't even want to do my show tomorrow now.
I was mesmerized the whole time. I was like, what?
Well,
I know.
It took a while to realize
Really
that was
canceled.
AOC too.
Right.
That right there was his personal marketing campaign. He's like, I bet if I do a badass intro, they'll all want me to make them one.
All right. So in indie filmmaking, like Christopher Nolan said this, you make the very first scene and the very last scene awesome. Everything else in the middle, if you don't have the budget for or whatever, you just make it up. So, hey, you do what you do, right? Well, hey, folks, thank you guys for tuning in so much. This is our very, very first live stream from the Morning Mayhem. This is Monday Night Mayhem live, and I am super excited to have everybody I have down there. We got Real Robert Hur, Sean, the BA from PA, and the Canadian Wiener, the New Right Outlaws. Excited to have those guys, and if you're not down with them, we got 2 words for you. Nope, wanted to do it twice there, I guess. And of course, we got us a couple of nerds. Nerds! 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 From the Talking Nerds, we have Biggie and Bluey.
Was that black for everybody else?
Was it
that black?
I saw it.
Why do you always have to make it about race?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You didn't see anything?
What? Because guys, Twitter. That's why. Twitter makes me make it about race.
No.
Just a warning. I may or may not have taken a toke before I came on, so I'm fired up and raring to go.
That's okay. I was ready to have a little sippy poo. Oh, there you are.
I hate Rumble Studio with a passion.
I'm sorry. We may move over to something else later, but I wanted to give it a shot.
Don't listen to him.
I don't think there's any good live stream solutions out there though. So
yeah, it's called StreamYard.
That's the one we haven't tried yet. So actually, we should probably.
Yeah, it's expensive as fuck. Unless you tell them.
I know.
Unless you tell them I'm a please StreamYard. I'm just a poor boy. Then they'll be like, okay, we'll give you the poor special.
Right.
But other than that, it's expensive as fuck.
Honest to God, I paid $100 a month for it, and even though I was only doing 1 show a week, it was worth it. And now that I'm doing like 7 shows a week, with the addition of the daily show, it is totally worth every penny, especially if you download and save everything else in the cloud. You don't have to worry about needing that much storage. Everything else is, just the built-in overlays and everything makes it totally worth it.
Yeah, we only stream once a week, so it's probably not worth it for us right now, at least. But
I can't disable my camera I just have my image there. It drops me off completely.
You look normal. It did drop.
You look like a hot dog to me if I've ever seen one. So I think
well, that's because I'm on my worst behavior.
He did promise he would be on his worst behavior for this stream.
I would expect nothing less. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah. So Robert, I'm gonna start with you, man. What's going on, dude? How you been?
Good, man. Good. Just staying busy. Trying to kill myself before 30 so I don't have to experience the slow decline.
No. Like I said,
I'll rest after the election. Yeah, I'll rest after the election.
Yeah, it can't get here soon enough. And you got 2 shows for those that aren't aware. He has the weekly. Do you do it weekly or twice a week now? Because sometimes you do it twice a week.
So right now, the Washcast is going back to probably twice a month. Just because the daily show is taking up a ton of my time, and now working with early vote action in an official capacity is going to take another 15 to 20 hours a week. So I had to cut it down to twice a month. But the daily show is still going. So,
but you do have the daily show, and he has a daily show he does every day, and it's a lot shorter. It's get in, tell the story, get out. I like that. I think that's great.
Yeah, it's about 30 minutes a day,
especially for us folks with short attention spans, right, Sean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And Sean is here from Third Railify, who has an awesome show. And when you think of Third Rail, think of Sean. Think of the Canadian Wiener. And I was hoping you'd wear the Wiener costume. I didn't ask you to, but I pulled this in just for you.
I know.
Wiener.
Nice.
Nice.
So how are you doing, sir?
Nice.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Mid. We'll say mid. I'll be polite, and I'll say mid.
Okay.
A little medium rare.
Yeah.
Medium rare hot dog.
Yeah,
in the middle.
it's rough. School starting in a couple days. Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't today. Well,
No,
I guess it wouldn't have been today.
I got
Wednesday.
two boys going
Labor
on
Day.
Tuesday and then another one on Thursday, and so yes, I'm anxiety riddled. It's bad.
And most of the folks watching know this. Big and Blue, you guys don't, and some of you guys watching may not know this, but I mean, Sean's raising 4 autistic kids. And he's got his hands full.
I do have 4
Mad
autistic
props.
kids of varying flavors of autism, all the way through.
You got 4 autistic guys here too, right? So we're good to go.
Oh.
We're in good company.
Right at home.
Sounds like
All
we're
the
in
way-
good hands.
All
Yeah.
the way through, boiled potato, all the way to sophisticated raccoon. Basically,
Wow.
that's yeah. Don't pull my punches here. So yeah,
Boiled potato's a new one. Okay.
That's
well,
good.
fucking Ren has this thing where he's now obsessed with touching his shit and smearing it everywhere.
Oh,
You guys ever fucking brush shit out of a child's mouth, out of his teeth?
no.
Yes.
No.
Yesterday, I spent like half hour showering him because he was head to toe.
Oof.
I guess it's not inaccurate to say your life is boring.
No, it's shitty. My life is shitty.
Literally shitty.
Yeah,
He has shared pictures. It absolutely is.
yeah.
Bless his
gosh.
heart. Biggie Blue, what y'all got going on, man? Y'all, I know y'all been busy. We've been talking about trying to hook up, and y'all got all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff going on.
Dude, we had the Acolyte, we got the Rings of Power season 2, we got Agatha all along. We are in busy season right now. Lots of woke stuff happening. So
We also
Yeah,
could
good-
argue that our lives are shitty
yeah,
for that reason. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if
But
you
we
guys watch the Acolyte, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
congratulations of not hanging yourself with a belt from the
Yeah.
we made it out. We made it out.
I was
yeah.
gonna say, they're doing the Lord's work. They're doing it. Folks, they've watched the Acolyte, so you don't have to.
so you don't have to. That's right.
I know I
that's
haven't
right.
watched it, but I've watched some of y'all's take on it. And I was ready to slip my wrist several times.
It went from being like one of the kind of mid shows for destroying the lore to being the most destructive Star Wars any show or movie of all time. It is awful. It is so bad.
Scissoring
And thank
lesbians? Are you kidding me?
yes.
That's in there.
That's not even the worst part about it, though. That's not even the worst part of it.
That's tame.
But thank goodness season 2 is canceled. We can rejoice. We've gotten 1 W, guys. 1 W. In recent times, at least. So yeah,
20 million more to go.
positive. Yeah.
Well, aside from it, the space scissoring lesbians being absolutely canon annihilating, what do you think's the worst part of it?
Oh, I mean, just the writing, alone. It's riddled with plot holes, like huge gaping holes. That's not the only gaping parts of the show, but
How dare you, sir? You need to show Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant a little respect.
yeah, well, it is the gayest Star Wars show, so
The things that she has seen and participated and facilitated, how dare you?
things she's complicit in.
She's a victim.
I mean,
Yeah.
unpopular opinion. I've always kind of thought Star Wars was gay, so this just.
I mean,
And
it's
we-
getting there.
We
It's
tend to
certainly
agree
getting
with
there.
you now.
Well, it
No, it's
may have
already there.
always been gay, but it hasn't been faggy.
Well, this is true.
Hit the dump
This is
button.
I need a dump button with
I
Sean.
mean, even on YouTube, it doesn't say YouTube.
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Well, we
Okay.
were.
It's also just really bad writing. I mean, like campfires in
space?
space.
Yeah.
Just setting a stone structure on fire and burning the whole thing down. Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
like there's no common
Yeah.
sense at all.
And just character destruction, which is
But they
new
have
to
a
Star
diverse
Wars.
cast. How can it be that bad?
Yeah, did you guys see Mandela Stenberg's awesome diss track that she dropped?
Her twerking or fucking like that. She's like, oh
No, even Disney was offended by that. So, yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, I noticed something, and
Like she's striking people who played on YouTube. So
yeah, I did notice.
So don't try it.
In my opinion, she's a fairly attractive woman there, but then like on the show, it's like they do this to all the women lately. Like the chick that was on the Supergirl kind of character that was in that what was that stupid movie?
The CW show,
The Flash. One.
Yeah.
Like she in real life was fairly attractive, and then they gave her like the worst looking suit. They did the worst hair. It's like they just kind of dumb everything down and make women less attractive, but they're beefing up the dudes. You know, it's like these weird polar opposites. It's like it's okay to do one, but not the other. But yeah, she's apparently she's a spoiled brat. She's a multimillionaire, grew up wealthy, been acting forever in her little bubble, and she admitted that recently in her little bubble, you know, and
she's got more privilege than any of us here will ever have in her life.
Oh, for sure.
And she's not even she's got a white dad too. So all this talk about racism and stuff, dude, your dad's literally white. So stop shaming your father.
But have you not noticed that often the celebrities that are either adopted by, who are black and who are adopted by white folks, or who are, do we still use the term mulatto? I don't know, but I will. But anyways,
I prefer Oreo.
I mean, there you go.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Who are mixed. They seem to have the most fucked up perspective on race. You would think that they would be the most like, oh, the only thing that's a spectrum is actually race. But no, you got like people like Colin Kaepernick being like racism and whites. It's like, bro, you were raised by whites.
Yeah. Well,
like your parents are whites. They saved your fucking life.
Yeah. It just goes to show that the people talking the loudest don't actually care about the inequality of racism, just the attention.
No,
they want
absolutely.
to pick the side that they relate with victim, like they can be a victim too.
No, it's the, like you said, it's the look at me factor of, hey, look at me, I'm a victim. Like you said, the victimhood thing is what everybody's in a race for. But like even like with Colin Kaepernick, he's like, hey, look at me, I'm a victim. I made a Netflix special and everything talk about my victimhood. But if y'all want to sign me back to a team, I'll come back. Just saying.
There's just an article thing. There's just an article like last week or whatever. I didn't make a video on it or anything, but he was out there being like, please, anybody, I'm out there every day. I'm still training, please. And it's like, whoa. That's slavery. You made a thing about it. Yeah. Why are you asking to be a slave again? What are you doing? And then he's like, it was the grift.
It's a convenience thing, dude. I mean, they flip on the black switch when it's convenient and they can use it for their advantage. But the second a cop pulls them over, it's going to be, I have a white dad. Like, what are you going to, like?
That sounds.
I mean, seriously, it's a convenience thing.
I can twerk. I'll do it for you right now.
Pretending to be black. It sounds familiar. Who does that remind you guys of?
Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the bingo.
I didn't believe Wikipedia was broken until The Acolyte came out and Kamala Harris, because then I started realizing, oh yeah, this is actually misinformation.
Her Wikipedia had like 132 edits.
Yeah.
Oh man,
dude, I mean, this is probably old news, but I found out there's the Internet Archive. You guys heard of that before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never heard of it, but you can like just go back in time and just look at all these. It's insane. It's incredible. It's amazing.
Unless
it's like community notes for the internet.
Unless you're looking up Taylor Lorenz, then you can't.
It's everything Taylor Lorenz blocked.
It's all wiped because she's got family that like runs it or whatever, and so they've wiped.
No way.
Yeah, so it's not perfect, but it's.
Have you fact checked that claim?
Yes.
Okay. That's crazy. She's a cancer, dude. She is an absolutely horrid piece of shit human being, and I mean that with every fiber of my being. Oh, I know.
I would.
I know you would.
He's a horn dog.
With any luck, the fifth kid will turn out neurotypical.
That would be exactly my luck.
That would be the one, right?
That would be the one. Be like, so I knew you were the culprit.
Yeah.
I don't care how hot my hot Asian wife is. She produces defective offspring. Back to the assembly line, bitch.
Is my hot Asian wife?
That's what he said, because she looks Asian in all the little face swaps, the Asian ginger.
Yes. That's exactly why I said it.
She really does.
Well, hey, we're gonna
Well, you're a hot dog, so I assume she eats dogs too, right?
You would think
Just
that, my
wieners.
friend. You would think that, but she's like, no, we've been married for so long. I don't need to do that. Where are you going to go? You're not going to go anywhere else to be gobbled up, are you?
Don't ever use the phrase gobbled up like
gobbled
that.
up. Gobbled up.
Gobbled up like a Christmas turkey. Also, I don't have much of a voice. You probably hear it.
Stop sucking all that dick.
This is a result of me not knowing how to pilot this flesh meat suit that I'm in. Let me tell you, if I was a Jaeger pilot, I would have been dead on the first kaiju.
And what caused you to be sick?
Your little petri dish brats you call children?
No, I aspirated some tea like a week ago.
Oh my God.
He doesn't know how to sip. He doesn't know how to
exactly.
swallow.
That's exactly it. It's the gayest reason ever.
Right.
Why do you have that thing going on in your chest? I breathed in tea.
I don't know how to drink.
I inhaled liquid, hot scalding liquid.
Just do the Democrat thing and just be like, I almost drowned. They don't need to know what you almost drowned in and that it was self-induced.
Dumbass. Coincidentally, I'm drinking tea right now.
Don't choke.
It is funny how the remedy to your issue was also the cause of the issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
There you go. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into a couple of things, I think. And as you guys stated, I think we will jump around a little bit. And I did send everybody kind of an idea of some stuff we're going to talk about. And Lord knows we could be here all night talking about this stuff. But I think what I want to open up with is
I did a bunch of cocaine before we came on because I was fully intending on it. So let's do this.
Yes. Let's do it. I've got like so many cups of coffee right now. Just so
Sean, you got that cocaine with you?
No, the mouse got it.
You got a mouse in there.
So you had a coked up mouse? How did that work out? Was it like toting machine guns, yelling, say hello to my little friend? Like rat-a-tat-a-tat-a?
I genuinely believe he was, because somehow the mouse was on this floor. This is the basement, my main floor, and also in my bedroom closet. So he must have been running all over the fucking house. I don't know how he did it.
I knew it wasn't fake cocaine, you lying fuck.
Maybe been protein powder, creatine or something.
It's prop cocaine. Okay, nerd
He's about
boys,
to come back and whoop your ass.
I had prop cocaine. Why did I have prop cocaine? Because I needed to measure out how much cocaine Nicholas Rekieta had.
Oh,
it's a staggering fucking amount. When you hold it up in a baggie and you're like, it's this fucking much. You're like, holy shit, that's a lot. I can see why people were concerned that his kids were fucking drowning in it. So that's why I had prop cocaine. But then all of a sudden, right? One day, it was flour or something. But anyways, I come down here one day and there's fucking like bite marks in it. I lift up the bag and it starts pouring out all over my desk. I'm like, what the fuck? There's a mouse eating my prop cocaine.
He's doubling down on the prop now.
Well, I have to,
because he knows he's caught.
Well, for legal reasons, they have to say the word prop.
Prop.
Just put it a little bit in your tea too.
He's got 4 kids. He's got to say prop, guys.
Man, cocaine would probably put me to sleep if I'm honest.
Yeah, with your.
He's gonna go for the sequel for Cocaine Bear, Cocaine Mouse.
Oh my gosh.
Has anybody seen that movie, by the way?
Yes, it is great.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Really?
It's vaguely based on a true story.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Is it really?
Wow. That's the best part of it.
Imagine if you had a cat and the cocaine mouse came back, you couldn't find your cat, and you're like, where'd the cat go? And the mouse is like, I killed you, cat, you druggy bitch.
But
if you guys don't know what movie that is from, I'm disappointed.
I have no idea.
I don't either right off.
The Boondock Saints.
Oh, really? I never put
when
together.
he's doing the monologue, like after he kills the cat on the table, and the girls come back, and he's shut your fat fucking mouth, Gina. Where's my cat?
Never seen it, so.
Oh, you guys gotta watch it, man. It's a great cult movie.
It's not one I've seen a bunch, so I couldn't remember that reference, but I have seen it. It is a great movie. Fantastic movie.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, early Norman Reedus. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And what's the other guy's name?
Sean Patrick Flannery.
Yeah.
Yes, he's fantastic. He was in was it a Christian produced horror film not long ago? Nefarious.
Yes.
And
It was one of my favorite movies of the last decade.
That was fantastic. I was shocked. And so was he.
It was kind of crazy when you realize like when it all came to a head and you realized you're like, what the like it was one of those. You did not see it coming.
Yeah. Thank God somebody can still make movies like that. Like M. Night used to.
Yes.
M. Night, I think if you look back, he didn't have that many great hits. He had Unbreakable and he had Sixth Sense.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe The Village. The Village is fine, but the rest is kind of shit.
Unpopular opinion, I actually rather enjoyed Lady in the Water.
Oh, that's the worst.
I actually enjoyed it.
I don't literally actually no, it's not.
The Happening was the worst one.
The Happening is pretty bad. I just saw The Trap. That's his newest one. That was pretty awful too.
I think everyone's forgetting Signs.
Hey, you know what? Signs is a bad movie, but I still love it.
Signs is a perfectly fine movie.
Wasn't it like the last movie Mel Gibson did before he went on like a Jew-hating insanity trip?
Actually, he's fucking pretty based. If we're honest, Mel Gibson he's pretty goddamn based. If you talk,
Sean's hero.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The problem in this world. That's Sean's hero right there.
He's got a poster on his wall like.
No, I don't give a shit about Jews. I don't fucking care.
But Cartman or Kyle or somebody on South Park had like a Mad Max poster.
Yeah,
but Signs prescribed to the same philosophy as Jaws. You saw the shark at the end. You saw the aliens at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Jaws, it was like a fin here or a fucking bubble there. And all through Signs, it was the same thing.
They did show the guy at the birthday party pretty early on. That was like midway, I'd say.
No, it wasn't.
Remember
That's three-quarters at the end of the movie.
No, it wasn't. That was like halfway through.
No, bro. No way, man.
It's been a while, so I'll have to rewatch it, but I'm pretty sure it was earlier than at least Jaws. But
no, I thought it was fucking good. Aliens fucking freak me out, so you know.
It's a fun movie. I do enjoy it, but
Hey, fun question that Sean threw out there. Was it Saturday night? Would you rather meet your demise? What was it, up in space or down the depths of the ocean?
Oh, up in
space.
Was it meet your demise or was it like just?
No, it's like okay, so you have an opportunity to go down in the what would they call the Titan? Titan going down to the Titanic, and you're gonna die that way, or you're gonna be going up to fucking say on the next Boeing fucking spaceship. Yeah. You're gonna meet your demise that way.
We're up in space, hands down.
I think I'd rather be going up to space, and then explode, and then maybe who fucking knows what's gonna happen.
The scariest part about space is space. There's hundreds of things that are scary about the ocean. So.
Not to mention just the fact of being in like a claustrophobic. It's that feeling of like I'm not supposed to be able to breathe down here. So you're gonna battle that psychological element for a while of like I should be drowning and crushed under immense pressure right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the ocean would be quicker.
Space is fake.
It would be quicker. But I don't know. I feel like if there's any chance of fucking making it,
Jack,
it's up in space.
I don't know.
Yeah, I choose space. There's no space sharks, so
no space shark. You don't know that.
I mean, there was a Doctor Who.
You die before the sharks get to you.
Yeah. You know, aren't they doing a cocaine sharks or something like that next? Isn't that next on the radar?
God, I
hope so.
After Cocaine Bear, I think
That
there's
sounds
like cocaine sharks or something.
How are you skipping over Sharknado?
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Sharknado's a thing, but I mean, with the cocaine thing, I think they're going to kind of like the Winnie the Pooh series that started, the horror Winnie the Pooh series.
Oh, dude.
There's
a Mickey Mouse horror movie coming out next January. It's like the original Mickey Mouse
Steamboat
from
Mickey.
Steamboat Mickey, exactly.
Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, Steamboat Willie horror movie. I'm so excited.
I can't wait. That's awesome. I hope they do this every time something else enters the public domain. Like, I just want to see a demonic Powerpuff Girls movie at some point.
God, how long is it going to take to get there?
100 years.
100%.
I mean, Cartoon Network is apparently caving under their own weight, so may not be that long.
Well, the copyright still belongs to somebody. Usually.
Well, I guess.
Usually.
Yeah. Well, guys,
but
tonight we're going to talk about
it's fair game, right?
Yeah, no, not necessarily. Depends on somebody owns the copyright. We get in a lot of trouble with filmmaking if we use stuff that's still, copyright owned by somebody, because people still own that stuff, even if they're out of business. Somebody will buy that copyright to make that money.
Yeah.
But folks, we're going to talk about some of the wokeness that's going on in society. This is kind of a broad topic, but with the election coming up and with cinema as it is, and just back to school coming up, there's so much in there, I think, that needs to be revisited or kind of looked at. Got these guys on, obviously from different backgrounds. They cover different things on their show, so I'm hoping we'll have a very interesting conversation. I am going to jump around a little bit since we've already been talking about films and cinema and TV and stuff like that. I'm going to jump into talking about it real quick. Right now, one of the things that they keep saying is the representation matters, right? They got these affirmative action, DEI hires and everything. Even the directors, like Harvey Weinstein's former assistant, right? She wasn't hired. She was pretty much cast as the director. You're seeing that a lot. Exactly. I lean obviously heavily on you guys talking nerds on this one, but you see that a lot where they're casting these directors or casting these executives to just meet these quotas, it feels like. Now, for those that don't know, I'm an and it's not a brag, but these guys down here make me say it because they're like, you don't say it enough. Technically, I'm an internationally award-winning filmmaker, and cool. I am proud of that, but again, don't care for the spotlight too much. But the point of that is that I don't like the DEI stuff. I like
Jesus. Talk about tooting your own horn, eh?
Shut up.
No,
you're one of the ones that you and your Robert like. You should really say that more. You're
braggadocious.
You're the main one. All right, whatever. So,
no, it's true. I do tell him that he should toot his own horn. He's got a fucking wall full of what are those bullshit for the things? The laurels.
Mm-hmm.
Laurels. Yeah, he's got a fucking wall full of those. I'm like, you that could be something.
Yeah.
Send me the name of your film. I want to watch it.
Okay, I've got a few out there. I'll get you hooked up, brother.
Okay. I think it's called Two Girls, One Cup. You should.
Award-winning.
Yeah.
Didn't you have
I think I saw that
executive producer on like Three Guys, One Hammer too out of Russia?
Something like that. Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah.
What?
Jesus Christ.
You got a couch in that room?
All right, guys. This is not off the rails.
Black leather couch.
Not Saturday night off the rails.
I told you what would happen.
Bucket of baby wipes next to the couch.
If you have me on your show becomes my show.
It's gonna turn into it. Jay says Mayhem casting couch. Absolutely.
Let's go.
But I'm not a big fan of the diversity stuff when it's forced, right? It's like, okay, well, we need a black person, check. We need a gay person, check. We need a.
It's not even just forced. They're doing like,
check.
you have to have secondary and tertiary aspects to it. So you can't just be gay anymore. You got to be black, gay, and woman. People who have second and third diversity attributes are favored over ones who just have one. So it's getting out of hand. It's getting.
What are you doing, step filmmaker?
That one was loaded in there for a while, wasn't it?
God,
no, I didn't want to interrupt you guys. So I was waiting for a polite.
Stay up all night thinking of that one.
I can't get this cord unplugged. Please help me.
God. But like my partner in the filmmaking world, that he and I write together, we direct together, stuff like that. He's black, and so what's great is like I'll write stuff, he'll write stuff, we'll collaborate. And I can't write, great for, someone who grew up with more of a lifestyle like he did and culture that he's from, but he can. So we work together on that. We cast based off of what we need. It is a natural diversity kind of thing, not because we're trying to, check boxes, but because the role calls for it. And I think what sucks now is there's so many films that could be coming out right now with like strong female leads or, a strong black cast or something. And they've got this dark shadow or this dark cloud over them because of everything else that's going on, because it's so pushed. And it's like, okay, again, kind of like the affirmative action stuff. Are you doing a movie like this because it calls for it? Or are you doing a movie like this so you check all your boxes and get your, quotas in and get on the stage for the awards and stuff like that? But yeah, what I've noticed is the diversity that they're pushing for doesn't necessarily mean actual diversity. It just means less white people and less white people, more people of color, which I guess that's acceptable. I don't know. It used to be colored people, and the same people that use that now say people of color, and the same people that were not okay with that or okay with this. I don't know. Different talk, different day, maybe on that one.
It sounds super derogatory though, doesn't it?
Doesn't it though? I just call my buddy black, like, hey, you're black. He's like, yeah, you're white, but you know how to season food. So we have that kind of respect for each other.
Like Donald Trump, every time he says, "We did great for blacks."
Yeah.
Like
they say I know how to season food well. That's what they say. That's what they say.
I love it's always they.
I say I've got a little black in me. They all go nuts.
But like one of the films that came out recently was, or not came out recently, was announced recently within the last, I don't know, was it a year or so? Let me see if I can pull it up. Was this guy, right? And we saw this picture come out, and it's like, look at all that. And before that, Peter Dinklage was like, oh, it's so backwoods, casting dwarves and everything, and that's not cool. And so they're like, okay, well, we're not gonna. And then they got backlash for it. And then we saw this little teaser trailer come out, and then they got these CGI dwarves in there. It got
so much worse.
It's like, make up your mind. What are you gonna do? But they're fighting this battle of like, how can we be diverse and how can we be, inclusionary, and how can we check our boxes without giving in? Well, you can't.
There's so many problems here. First of all, Peter Dinklage is a moron. He's ruining jobs for all the little people out there. Little people's rights.
They were so mad at him. Oh my god, they were furious. They're like, "This is a dream gig. You fucked it for us, man."
This is literally the one movie we can thrive in.
So yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing, right?
They still have the Wizard of Oz remake. Relax.
Oh gosh.
All right, my bad.
The result here, right? Like that image you just had, it's honestly more derogatory, I think, than actually having little people on the screen.
100%.
It looks like shit. So it's
that too. But it's like, hey, we're not going to cast you guys because that would be disrespectful. But we're going to, make animated versions of you guys.
We're going to make the most
that way you
can't
have those roles.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I think another great example of this that's maybe a little more mainstream of a film that just really pushed the diversity past a point where it was necessary was Borderlands.
Okay.
What a nightmare.
Yeah.
And even the Fallout series, they did the same thing there where it was like, it just felt forced. I mean, Kevin Hart should never have been in Borderlands. Let's be completely honest.
Kevin Hart should be in much at all.
No.
Kate Blanchett should not have been in Borderlands.
Right. Exactly.
Nor Jack Black for that.
Nor Jack Black.
It's weird to see though, because you see those massive, like, big budget productions that go that direction, but then you can see something like the new Mortal Kombat that was done very well in terms of its casting. It wasn't overtly diverse, but the diversity fit the part.
Right.
It's not hard to do that.
No.
It's Hollywood elites that make it hard.
What do you guys think? I mean, because I don't think Hollywood is doing this to be, these social justice warriors and everything, but it's backfiring. It's been backfiring for a while. They put the dwarves in there, CGI. They are starting to, it looks like maybe make some changes and try to course correct. Do y'all think they're ready to course correct now? They've lost enough money, or are they going to keep going on this track?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. They keep making this mistake because they're out of touch, right?
True.
They're out of touch both ways. Like they're out of touch saying that people need more diversity. They're out of touch saying, okay, maybe we went too far now. Like they don't know where we stand, right? Because they don't care. That's really what it is. They don't care, but they're out of touch, right? And so I really don't think, I mean, they're going to say that they're going to change, but they're not. Like it's a cycle.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a hydra. You're going to cut off one head, two are going to grow in its place. They're even now Marvel, at least not Star Wars, but Marvel and Disney are both saying, okay, we tried the woke thing. We tried the diversity thing. It didn't work out for us. We're going to change. We're going to correct past. That's why you see Robert Downey Jr. getting hired. That's why you see them going a different route with Snow White. But it's not gone. It's never going to be gone. And we gotta be prepared for that. We got to know that it's never going to go away ever.
Well, and I think a lot of it's rooted to just politically, because let's be honest, when you look at liberal arts schools, which is where a lot of the like acting students go, they're pushed into a bunch of other classes that they don't need. Just teach them how to act. They don't need to take a poli-sci course for it. But you have these institutions that are rooting this cultural Marxism into these kids before they even get out and into the field. And it's not just the actors; it's the the people behind the camera, wherever they end up. Like it's this constant cycle. So until I think we're out of this divisive political climate, I think you're just going to continue to see that pendulum swing, nonstop.
I think it was Nerdrotic who said that politics was downstream of culture. We all kind of had. I mean, that was kind of libertarians don't really exist anymore because you have to kind of pick a side. Right. Culture used to be what we all lived in, and you could stay out of politics if you wanted to. Politics was kind of it came out of culture.
Right.
Now it's kind of the opposite. It's seeping into everything. Not just Hollywood. Every single aspect of our lives is infested with politics, and you are forced to pick a side. You cannot be silent about it anymore. It's just that is our life now. So it's just going to keep going that way. There's books from like the 50s that predicted this too. The Naked Communists, 1984. Like all these things have come true. There's nothing new under the sun. It's always going to happen that way. It's going to get worse.
Isn't that wild that politics took such a front seat, like really quickly? It seems like, because everybody was like, "Yeah, we don't talk about politics." That's one of the things you just don't ever talk about, and that's all we talk about now, especially in certain circles.
Yeah. It's because of tech.
Yeah,
literally. I mean, it's the flow of information. I mean, before you could be like, "Oh, I'm not going to watch the 6 o'clock news tonight." Click, off it goes. You don't have to focus on it. But now, everybody's, if they're not watching TV, they're browsing Facebook or Twitter or something along those lines, and it's always getting pumped. The constant flow of information leads to a more informed population, but it also leads to a much more divisive climate because it's constantly pushed in your face.
The irony of that too, though, is that despite having more access to information, people care less about finding out the truth.
Facts. Yes.
Because people are lazy, people have no patience, and they just want a quick tweet to get their news. Nobody's willing to actually take the time.
Both of those are, attention span because of TikTok Reels, right? That's, crapshoot now. And why not just take what I hear first? Because I could just move on with my life, right? So those are all also symptoms of a social media world.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but I think it's a habitual thing too, where for the longest time you were seeing a lot of like the mainstream media, especially, they were still producing all of their content the old-fashioned way and just distributing it through modern channels. And now what I think the conservative base has started to do much better is this short form content where they're starting to crank stuff out on TikTok, on Instagram. Like they're adapting to the way that people consume media as opposed to just keeping up with the status quo, like people like the Washington Post and CNN, these legacy media outlets that are dying because they haven't caught up with the way people consume media.
They also love smelling their own farts and thinking they're right about everything, though. So
Yeah, exactly.
There's nobody
gay.
genuine over there.
Yeah,
and they're all gay.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I've said for a long time we have a microwave mentality society right now. Everything is so instantaneous and quick, and like you said, short attention span on everything. But I think about like going to grandma's house and her cooking something. She didn't cook anything in the microwave. Everything's in the oven and baked or on the stove, and it takes a long time, and it's significantly better. You know, now we just get more trash quicker is what it seems like. In media, one thing I think that I've seen a benefit of kind of the, I don't want to call it the TikTok brain there, but I've seen the rise of like the miniseries pop up with like Haunting a Hill House, you know, all his stuff, Haunting a Hill House, Haunting Bly Manor, Midnight
Some of the
Mass.
best television of all time.
I love it.
Haunting
I
Hill
think it
House.
works that
Amazing.
way. It's like Midnight Mass is my absolute favorite. I
haven't seen that. In
Fantastic series.
I adore it, and I'm a Christian too, and so like all the like music, the score that's in the background, I'm like, hey, I sang that song this past Sunday. You know, I'm like, I can personally like relate to it on so many different levels, and then the way that scripture is used, which is the way scripture is used in the world, in context, out of context. We take the Constitution out of context. We take, I'm going to take Biggie's words out of context. I mean, people take stuff out of context all the time. The Bible is one of the biggest things people take out of context, scripture, and that. I mean, they used it so magnificently throughout that entire series. I was just blown away. I'm like, wow, I never thought about using scripture in that way. It was great.
I didn't catch any of that. It was just a very good narrative for me.
Oh, it's so good.
And the societal commentary was what struck me. So it's just, I mean, really two sides of the same coin. Same reflection, just in different methods, I think.
Mike,
see, that's so interesting.
Favorite.
That's so interesting too, that you have two different perspectives on the same piece and you both think that it's good for a different reason. We just don't have that anymore, right? Because like you can have a sense of DEI or diversity in a movie and it can still be great. That's not what kills it, right? It's when you force it down and you try to make it about that. And so it's interesting that you guys literally just played that out literally just now on show, and we can't do that anymore, right? So it's just interesting.
No, because again, they're casting the directors and filmmakers. And Mike Flanagan wasn't Mike Flanagan deserves everything he has, and he needs all his flowers. That dude's awesome.
Yeah. And let's talk about microwaving movies and shows now, right? Like just spit them out like cash cow, right? Like just get these IPs going, right? So it's just all microwave media.
Disney's using AI too, you know, in their mainstream shows. They're using AI to create the intros. Sometimes the plot, which is insane. The script is AI, and you can tell, you know, the dialogue.
And they all told us. They told us that in She-Hulk too. Kevin Feige is AI. Yeah.
No way. Did they in She-Hulk?
No,
not that She-Hulk was great or anything like that, but they've been using it.
No, the character Kevin Feige is an AI robot at the end in the show. So.
In She-Hulk. Yeah.
In She-Hulk. Don't watch She-Hulk.
Don't watch it. We did it for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we did it for you.
Go check out Talking Notes for that.
Hey, speaking of the Constitution,
blades.
did you guys see the New York Times wrote an opinion piece on the Constitution is dangerous?
Yes. Yes. And oh my God. Then Robert Reich followed it up with his little commentary on authoritarianism and how, you know, Elon Musk loves authoritarianism, so you should lock him up for saying what he wants.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. I heard he's going to be in the recast of The Wizard of Oz. He's the Munchkin that's hanging in the background. Just saying. Fuck that dude, man.
Yeah.
What a little midget bastard.
He's a little something else, ain't he?
Worse than Peter Dinklage.
But where were you taking that the Constitution?
I just saw that. I just like couldn't believe my eyes. I'm like, dude, one of the biggest threats to America's politics might be the country's founding document. Like, would you have ever believed that you would have heard those words in your lifetime?
No, but you know, it's interesting because what's happening here right now is not new.
No,
like this is what Argentina experienced over the last 80 years. Like it, the down to the dialect, down to the exact phrases they were using, like a threat to democracy,
right,
has all been used in Argentine politics for the last 40 years. And they went from being the richest country in the world in the late 1800s down to having the highest rate of inflation in all of South America. And I'm talking like triple digit percentages. It's nothing new. We've seen it before and we know how it ends. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm a big boy. I like to eat. I'd like to keep food on my table. Thank you.
Yep. Did you see that Kamala has said that if she wins, that she will shut down Twitter?
Yeah.
In an indirect roundabout. No, it was like in an indirect roundabout way about how there should be a uniform standard for Facebook and Twitter and like all of this.
Yeah, I think I heard something like that.
They should all have to bear some responsibility for content moderation. And no, bitch, it's a First Amendment.
He has
lost UK government
privileges. Her exact words is he has lost his privileges. He being Elon Musk, and it should be taken down.
Wow.
I'd love to see her get something done. Just anything.
I would. I mean, that would not be. I can tell you right now that everybody's worried about deranged psychos that went after Trump. All it's going to take is for them to try to take freedom of speech away, and then you really have to watch your ass every day of the week.
Yeah,
because that is the one thing you cannot take away.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. I really believed that, you know, something could happen and then Americans would go, that's it, fuck this, I'm getting my gun and going outside. But then Donald Trump got shot in the fucking face and nothing happened.
Do you know why? Because he lived. Had he died, we would have been seeing an entirely different scenario.
I don't know if I believe that.
Trust me, man. Trust me. That's what's
He's
going
got a point.
on. I mean,
look, he was charged and nothing happened. He was convicted and nothing happened. He's been fucking fined up and down the wazoo and nobody did anything. He got shot in the face and nobody batted an eye. I think if, you know,
I wouldn't say nobody batted an eye.
Yeah, I don't
God
know.
forbid.
I wouldn't. We got a Secret Service director overturned, and there's mass firings coming down the pipeline. Yeah. We got the Pentagon to offer extra assistance. Yeah, I wouldn't say nobody batted an eye on that. But here's the thing: you have to understand it's a tactical perspective from conservatives in America, because they know that if they do make one wrong move and it's a bad call where they're like, okay, guys, uprising now. And then it's not the right reason, then they know that all of those rights are right back in jeopardy at a more severe rate. So yeah, when Trump was hit, everybody knew he was fine because he stood up, yelled, fight, fight, fight. Okay, cool. Awesome. He's good. We have a renewed sense. We're ready to get to the polls. If they jail him on the 18th, that's a whole other story.
I don't think anybody will take to any place to do any whiling out.
You like the black pill. You like the black pill a lot.
That's where I am now in my life.
I mean,
listen, you've got a point though. We've been so restrained. Well, when are we gonna go?
Yeah.
Like fucking you say anything about anything, and Antifa's like, fuck it, we're going now.
You know why? Because it's not organic. They get people that get phone calls in the middle of the night that say, hey, this just happened. I need you to grab X, Y, and Z and go to point B. Click.
Go put pallets of bricks on the street.
Yes.
It's like directors in Hollywood.
And they get what they want most of the time.
Yes. Because it's fake and it's manufactured and they throw money at people.
Also, the word you forgot, effective.
It's really not, though. Because what have they done other than burn cities down? They haven't gained any influence. They haven't won anything out of it.
They took over police stations. They got the chop and the chaz for fucking.
And where did they end up? Where'd they end up? Nowhere. Where you going? Nowhere. They didn't get them anywhere. They got to make their
all right. Sure. That's not the win they
ass.
Yeah, where do they end up? Nowhere. Where should they have ended up? Fucking prison.
Well, you know what? You're not wrong there. But you know what? At the end of the day, they didn't win anything out of it either. It was a net neutral. I have yet to see anything productive come out of it.
Well, they got all the statues they wanted down. That's taken down. All the murals put up. That's
George Floyd.
That wasn't Antifa, though. That was individual state legislators that believe white evil. Like,
well, no, because Antifa was fucking doing all their shit. Fucking names of schools have been changed. Fucking.
They're really good at misdirection. They're good at worrying about the small things so that they can go do big things behind your back, like steal elections.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there went YouTube.
Can you say that on YouTube? Yeah.
I don't really care. Sorry, Chris.
Are we genuinely on?
Are you monetized?
Yeah, I've got somebody watching on YouTube.
Okay, because why aren't they coming up in the chat
I've got one person that came up in the chat.
on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some chats. There's some chats on X too.
It's not linked properly.
Are there? I'm not getting the chats from X.
I'm only seeing Rumble right now.
You got like 48 people on X.
Yeah, that number's not showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird why it's not linked.
Come on, Elon.
That's it.
Yeah.
Elon lost his privileges.
Well, no,
Get him
it's,
out.
what it
Rumble
is
video
it's it's a Rumble thing. They don't count it because X doesn't count the number of concurrent viewers. It only counts the number of people that have looked at the stream. Yeah.
Total.
Gotcha.
You guys are awesome.
Some spicy combos here.
I'm telling you. But yeah, I don't know where to go from here. I think that was great.
Well, you fucking should. You got like 7 miles of fucking show notes.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're done talking about the entertainment stuff. That I think we covered everything I was wanting to cover. That was great.
Well, I would just like to say though, like you can do strong female characters very well. Alien and Aliens are some of my favorite films of all time.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
love Terminator.
Except Romulus.
Except Romulus, it's awful. Romulus is awful.
Dude, I fell asleep twice in a drive-in. I slept in my car during that movie.
Oh, is that what you went to go see?
That and Deadpool versus Wolverine, or Deadpool and Wolverine. That one.
Yeah.
That was enjoyable. It wasn't great.
At least it was. Yeah, at least it was a little.
It was fun.
At least it was kind of original. You know, this was just like a recap of every single Alien movie and Prometheus film ever.
Yeah, right. Let us introduce you to the franchise with the same thing.
It's a midquel. It's its own brand of in between. It's not a prequel. It's not a sequel. It's a midquel. And it opens up the gates to do more of these midquels too.
That sounds stupid.
Just what we need.
I personally like Alien better, but a lot of people say Aliens is the best. It literally ruined Aliens. It destroyed the entire beginning of the whole reason Aliens happened. They already knew about everything that the
you talking about
had.
I was gonna say, are you talking about Prometheus?
Romulus. Yeah. So yeah, it's awful. Don't go see it. But yeah, you could do strong female characters well. It's when you make them Mary Sue's. It's when you make them uninteresting and boring characters. Nobody wants that. It's not sexism. It's just you're creating bad characters that nobody finds interesting.
Like Furiosa.
You know, I didn't go see that, but I'm not going to go see a Mad Max movie that doesn't have Mad Max in it. So
yeah, it was bad, dude. It was very bad. Like, I think it's part of that societal effect of like everybody is sick and tired of having strong female leads, quote unquote, shoved in their faces, and they're like, okay, this didn't need to be a female role.
Right.
Like, had you replaced it with a male, it would have been a great movie.
Yeah,
but it was the undertones that ruined everything.
That's the thing. Everybody, all the people in charge, it's all fanfic, and it's all Twilight. Everything's Twilight now. It's all about sexual tension.
Twilight.
And creating, putting a female in a man's role, and then making a sex doll male character that everybody can ogle over. It's like, this is why Adam Driver quit Star Wars, guys.
Yeah.
Because of Raylo.
Can I just say the act of shipping is the gayest fucking stupid thing. If you're a shipper, if you ship anybody in any universe, you deserve a fucking wood chipper. I swear to God.
Rings of Power, the way that
Do
Sauron
not ship characters. If a fucking writer is going to make a character interested in another character, then let the writer do that.
Let
you
it
as
happen
the fan
naturally,
get to sit down and fucking watch quietly.
The problem is the fans, the people who are writing those are in charge now. They're the ones writing it. So in Rings of Power season 1, the shipping between Galadriel, who's not actually Galadriel, Galadriel, and Sauron is they literally ship them on a ship. They meet on a ship. It's so in your face. It's so cringe. It is cringe.
It is cringe.
Yeah, it's getting,
hate
it's
it.
getting really
We're
bad.
coming up with Hollywood terms you need to know every day, so we're just going to tell you what they are.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Nobody's
Yeah,
ever told me what stand means. Still,
that's another thing. You can't
Yeah,
you can't pick up on things anymore. They have to tell you what's happening. Oh, you didn't
Yeah.
know this? Oh no, don't worry. I figured it out. It's okay.
We got all these women coming into the film industry, and they're all like Tumblr writers, coming in with all their romance. So that's fun.
Yeah.
And it always blows my mind how they think they're the first female to do this or the first black character that did that. And it's like, y'all have no idea the lore of what you're talking about, especially in Star Wars.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Well,
That's probably
what are
what
you guys talking about?
if you ever come to our show and check it out, that's probably the most common thing that we talk about is the people writing this stuff. They don't watch it. They don't care about it. They don't care about you. They don't care about anything. They're just trying to get a quick buck and get what they want out on the screen.
they don't have the patience to go back and watch a couple movies or read some comic books or something. The people writing the Marvel shows don't read the comic books.
No.
They're told not to read the comic books by the people in charge.
Yeah.
so
And
that's
probably
what
the
happened with
biggest-
the Punisher.
Yeah. Well,
and probably the biggest IP that falls to that is the Star Wars IP with the extended universe already written by the fans, the people who've done the research and love the stories, don't even get a nod by Disney. When something comes up, they'll take it out. They'll take it out of context, twist it, manipulate it for Disney, Disneyfy it, and then it's crap, just all over again. So
yep.
Everything woke turns to shit.
That's right.
Don't it though?
It does.
Yep. 13 Acolytes, 13% on Rotten Tomatoes, or 14.
That was.
Although I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes by any stretch of the imagination, because when you look at when you look at the difference on, for example, the Reagan movie, the critics have it at like 17%, but it's like a 93 or a 94% via the audience. Like,
yeah, we always take the audience score.
If you're gonna take anything from the critics, you look at the top critics, but it's bogus. It's the audience score you really want to pay attention to. But just look online, go to Twitter, find out what people are saying. It's usually trending. So
even then, if it goes against the audience score, goes against the show, it's review bombed always. Yeah. Just so you know. So always review bomb.
We're always review bombing. That's why these things aren't doing well.
Yep. I haven't written a single review, but
it never goes the other way though.
No, never.
Funny how that always works.
Not review farmed.
Yeah.
All right, we'll jump down to this, guys. We've been going for about an hour now, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this. And just anyone who is not watching on Rumble, we're going to shift over to Rumble in just a little bit. I think most everybody is. There may be some folks on X. I think my YouTuber has already moved over, ideally. So if you haven't already, we're fixing to shift because we're going to go back and talk about some stuff. But I do want to go ahead and start the conversation on some of the politics. Wokeness is hitting the political sphere big time. Just like they're casting filmmakers and directors for films, they're casting people for their cabinets and for their administration. We saw,
for president,
we saw these fools, checking boxes here.
What the fuck is that thing in the middle?
What a diverse cast.
So that one, like you said, that one is
DEI hire,
black and gay.
Being gay, yeah.
That one is
So something.
That's a they them. That's a they them.
That's an interesting one.
That's a yas. That's a yas queen, right?
That's
there.
a yas queen.
You know what they all have in common though? It's a common thread. They're all cunts.
Yeah.
Accurate.
This is true.
Absolutely. And then
there is no diversity.
I'm not even on the goddamn screen.
No, you're not. I guess it won't let me have all y'all on there when I share the screen.
It just picked one.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, guy.
Yeah.
And then Buttigieg. You know what? I actually don't hate
Booty juice.
Buttigieg. I think he's
hate
one of the
Buttigieg?
most
Really?
composed.
He touches kids.
Yeah,
he's one of the
he's a
most
creep.
composed
He's a
people
creep.
of the cabinet.
He
and I
buys
think
babies.
He buys children.
Yeah, I don't
He
care for all
fucking
that.
buys babies.
I don't care for all that.
And
But as
poses
far as
keto
like people that
vibes.
have it together, I think he's probably got it together most on the cabinet. But yeah,
Did you not
yeah.
see how he handled East Palestine, for God's sake?
Oh God, wasn't that terrible?
And
Yeah.
I'm only like an hour from that. So if y'all ever,
That's why Rob's
wanted to
got
do a
3
video
dicks.
shoot. I told you that in confidence, you fucking asshole.
I'm so sorry.
And then of course Kamala's DEI, and then the bald Matt Damon dude right there, looking guy. Who's that other actor? He's in Civil War and stuff, and he looks like Matt Damon too to me.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Wish.com Matt Damon or something.
No, I know who you're talking about. He's always plays a creep.
He was in Civil War. He was in
Jesse Plemons.
there he is. Yeah, that guy. He looks like Matt Damon to me too a little bit.
That just looks like if Matt Damon was gay and got cancer. Like, what the fuck?
I wish we could see his mustache there too. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, I wish I could like pop you guys off
Bluey.
the screen long enough just to show that, but I guess it wants to be a pain in the butt.
Oh, there I am.
I guess Robert sacrificed himself as a tribute.
Bluey and Sean, you guys need to sacrifice. We're not friends anymore. You're not invited to my birthday.
Oh. But yeah, the cabinets are doing that because they think that wins votes. Now, what do y'all think that wins votes of people? Do you think people care that much about it, or is it just certain pockets of communities that do?
Everything's a vibe check now. You gotta meet the vibes of the young.
Gotta bring
folk.
the joy.
Yeah.
I honestly
strength through joy.
I honestly want to get a fucking hockey skate and stab everybody in the eyes that constantly uses the word vibe.
There goes.
Oh, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's totally feeling a vibe.
Dude, not in real life.
There are people that review movies by saying it had good vibes. That's what made it a good movie.
You know what what I worry about? This is what I
so
worry
shitty
about.
writing, bad actors, horrible sound.
You know what?
Great vibes.
Oh, I liked it.
You know what?
Hey,
we're gonna go ahead and go to Rumble. I can already see where this is going.
I'm about to
Look,
talk
if
about
you're
abortion.
Sean, I'm gonna come back to you first. If anybody is anywhere else, we're going to Rumble in just a second. Here we go. We're moving over.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
This is just black for me.